never been in a strip club until I went to work at one. How did I end up there? Let me tell you. I was living with an ex of mine at the time, and we broke up, so I needed a new place to live. I wound up subletting my friend's couch. At the time, I was working retail in Alamoana Center, and that job didn't even pay me enough to afford rent, let alone a deposit on a new place. And also the clientele at Alamoana are really miserable to deal with. They'd asked to talk to my manager over little trivial things. It just wasn't a good situation, and I couldn't make ends meet that way. Looking for a new job, I needed money, and I knew that stripping is a really good way to make money and make it quickly. I'm already comfortable being naked in my personal life most of the time, and I grew up dancing ballet, so being on stage wasn't anything new. The only new part was putting actual effort into my appearance for once in my life. I mostly wear sweatpants throughout my day-to-day life, and Mama isn't going to let me on stage looking like the dude from The Big Lebowski. I'd also want to dispel some stereotypes about the type of people that run strip clubs. Instead of some greasy-haired, gross guy that wears way too much cheap cologne, my boss is a woman, and Roxa, where I dance, is actually a family-run bar. Our boss is named Yvonne, but everyone calls her Mama, and the longer you work there, the more and more she starts to act like a mom. Like, if you haven't been to work as much as you normally do, she'll call, check up on you, see how you're doing. If you miss your shifts because you're sick, she'll recommend you home remedies, that sort of thing. Her sister Han helps run the bar when Mama's not there, or if it's a night we know we're going to be busy, like weekends or a big convention center. Our two DJs that work at night are her son Chris and her daughter Tammy. Oscar, who works the door, is her husband, and the waiters, waitresses are all her cousins, nieces, and nephews. The whole family comes together to make sure the bar runs smoothly. There are a lot of myths about working in strip clubs. A lot of people think all we do is fight with each other, and fights happen, but we actually get along, and it's more like coworker relationships and normal jobs than you'd expect. We help each other with our hair, makeup, learn choreography, we'll take photos for everyone's Instagram feeds, we even go to brunch together. Disagreements and infighting does happen, but that's not unique to dancing. Everyone eventually has a disagreement with a coworker. Another myth is that we're all trafficked or forced to be there, and that's just not the case. It's really just a sales job. A typical shift is you show up and you'll fuss around with your hair, makeup, outfit until customers show up. Then they put you on stage for about 20 to 30 minutes where you can dance however you want. Some girls do more pole work. I mostly stick to floor work. And if a customer likes what they see, they'll come up, sit at your stage, and they'll start tipping you. Usually this is when I'll start small talking, ask them how their day's going, where they're from, that sort of thing. And then when my set's over, I'll go sit with whoever tipped me and see if they can get sold on getting me a drink or a private dance. And if they don't want to, I just move on to the next customer. Our typical customers varies throughout the time of day. So during happy hour, it's more construction workers, older uncles, people avoiding rush hour traffic. And then later in the night, you get more military, tourists. And like any bar, we have our regulars. So we have this one guy who likes to drink a bottle of red wine and talk about his favorite books, Lord of the Rings and Harry Potter. It's a lot of fun. And with regulars, it can get really difficult keeping the professional and personal separate. It will always reach a point where they want to see the real you outside of the bar. They're not interested in seeing you with all your stage makeup on or in lingerie, and they'll start to think that you're their girlfriend. So having regulars is like managing several needy boyfriends at once. It's a lot of emotional juggling. Yeah. The strip club, the dancers are in charge. So when we're on stage, we use our moves to show them where to look. And if a customer gets too out of hand and needs to go, the bouncers will just kick them out, no questions asked. And if their flirting crosses a line, I can tell them to piss off. One of my friends works at Starbucks, and she deals with the same thing, like creepy older men trying to pick her up, or is there, she can't tell them back off creep, like that would get her in trouble. This sort of harassment isn't unique to stripping. Unfortunately, a lot of women in the workforce have to deal with harassment. The difference is, with dancing, we're empowered to shut it down. No one asks to see my manager anymore. Another difficulty with dancing is the social stigma. A lot of people say that no little girl grows up wanting to be a stripper. And when I was younger, I used to steal the Victoria's Secret catalogs, and I always wished I could be that glamorous. And then when I got a little older, I learned what pole dancing was. And coming from a dance background, I was amazed that people could look graceful, climbing up poles and twirling around them. I never thought that I could do that. Still working on that part. Our work is highly stigmatized, which is strange for a world that accepts pole dancing as a perfectly respectable form of exercise. I'm apartment hunting right now, and a lot of landlords are really apprehensive to rent to dancers. I'm not too surprised, since the stereotype is that we're unreliable and we're on a lot of drugs and we're just gonna cause trouble, which is not the case at all. At the end of the night, I come home with cash. My rent check's always clear. When I go to the bank, I always get these strange looks from tellers. They do have to ask me if I legally acquired my income, but they don't have to give me judgmental looks when they're running my $1 bills through the cash counter. At the end of the day, I really do love my job. I'm a night owl, so I'm at work when most people with office jobs are at home, and my work is super flexible, so for the most part, I can just go in whenever I want. And me and a couple other workers have started a chapter of a larger national organization called SWAP, Sex Workers Outreach Project. We advocate for the rights of workers, since we understand both the nature of the work itself and the needs of the workers. Having to deal with the stigma of sex work is really annoying, and working at a bar has its own specific annoyances, but at the end of the day, I wouldn't want to be anywhere else. I basically get to play dress up for a living, so every night I get to go wear a different costume and ridiculous stage makeup, and I make a living doing something that I really love. I wouldn't even want a different job. Short one.